Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is Thamayim in Atlanta, and I've got this TikTok video pulled up. It's going into how Christmas is a pagan holiday, and it truly is. There's no refuting it. It's something that came about through the Council of Nicaea, and it's got its origins through Saturnalia. And there's really, if you believe in the Lord, there's no reason that you should be celebrating it. And this guy has this clip pulled up from CBN, and they're actually going into it, and they pretty much say it all themselves. You could even see here in the wording, it says, I told you they're going to start exposing themselves. They have no choice. And the scriptures even speak on that. It says that the Lord's going to cause their own tongues to fall onto themselves. So they're going to speak and expose themselves through their words, which is a complete turnaround from what they've been doing, having words smoother than butter, which was able to allow them to push these pagan holidays onto not only us here in America, the Israelites in America, but most of the world. People celebrate Christmas all around the world because they've taken Christianity all around the world. But we'll go ahead and listen to this, and then we'll get into the scriptures.
Celebrate Christmas because they say December 25th is really a pagan holiday. While I agree that Jesus may not have been born on December 25th, he certainly was born as described in the Bible. How do I respond to them?
Well, in a sense, tell them they're right. Tell them they're right. You see, the winter solstice a couple of days later was the shortest day of the year, and the pagans had something called Saturnalia. And it was a time of lawlessness because all the laws were suspended, and people, a bunch of singers actually wandered the streets naked, singing, and then they had orgies.
Supposedly, that's even where they got the idea for the Purge movies, was from Saturnalia. Just to give you a little insight into how lawless it truly was.
It was a mass thing. Well, when the Catholic Church came along in Italy, the Romans and others didn't want to give up their holidays, so they said, okay, we'll Christianize it. And so they said, okay, we'll say the birth of Jesus was the 25th of December. And then there was a monk who began to add it up. You see, if you read in Luke, it says there's a census taken when Quirinius was governor and so forth and so on. And they could take those leaders and figure the exact time dating from the foundation of Rome. And that's when the dates were established. And so they get pretty close to the date. But to say it's the 25th, shepherds were out abiding in the field. It gets a little cold at night. I mean, were they out there in the middle of winter? I don't know. I've been out there on the shepherd's field on Christmas.
And he's right. The Lord, Yahweh Shai, was not born in winter. Winter is a time of death. He was born in the spring, a time of life, because he came to bring life.
Eve, it's very nice, but it's cold. And nevertheless, I mean, what was going on? So all this business about mistletoe, pagan. Christmas trees, pagan. Giving out gifts, pagan. Every bit of it is pagan. Every single bit of it is pagan. We've Christianized it all. And so that's good. And so we have time, we celebrate for Jesus.
Friends who do not.
Yeah, and they've Christianized it all, and they've merchandised it all. It's really just a time for corporations to bring in some more money. Every bit of that holiday is pagan. So this is Amos 5. We're going to start at 21 and go on down. It says, I hate I despise your feast days. Feast days, you could even think of festivals, your holidays. The Most High despises it. He hates it. He says, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies, because that sacrifice is unacceptable. It says, though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them, because these are unacceptable sacrifices. In 1 Samuel, when Samuel was speaking to Saul, he said it's better to obey than to rebel, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Just paraphrasing. But these people, at this point, everyone knows these are pagan holidays, but they are in rebellion by continually celebrating Christmas and Easter and everything else that they put into the name of the Most High. And they say the J word, but they're in rebellion. And honestly, Christianity is just a low form of witchcraft. It really is. They're trying to make out one thing to be something to be something else. And that's just magic. Those are illusions. It says, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy viols. So get all of these Christmas jingles and all these Christmas songs and all your caroling. Take that away from me. I don't want to hear it. It says, but let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? Because originally, where this is coming from, this was the house of Israel rebelling and chasing after other gods and practicing other festivals and ways, heathen ways, pagan ways. But in the time that we're in now, it's speaking to the 2/3, speaking to the Edomites, and speaking to the rest of the heathen. And they're going to have to pay for what they're doing. It says, but ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch, and Chiun your images. These are different deities, pagan deities. The star of your power, of your God. So you could even think of the star that they put on top of Christmas trees, or even the Star of David. There's no star in the Bible that's really for the Most High. He doesn't have graven images like that, which ye made to yourselves. Therefore will I cause you to go into captivity beyond Damascus. And the Edomites and the rest of the heathen are going into captivity. Because now, since they put this onto themselves, even though they have no part in it, they're going to have to bear the consequences, just like the Israelites did originally. Saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, whose name is the Most High of Hosts. Hosts being armies. Now let's get to Jeremiah 10. We'll start off at the top. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. These holidays, these festivals, they're for nothing. You think you're actually honoring the Most High. Most of them don't even really think that. They're just in it for the presents. But it's all gonna backfire on them. It's all for no reason. It's all gonna have a negative reaction. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe, and do not people, especially years ago, went to go cut down their own Christmas trees. And now you just go to a farm and they have them already there for you, but somebody else cut that tree down. They deck it with silver and with gold. It just makes me think of that song, Silver Bells, and all the other different ornaments that they put on these trees. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. And you put it down in a little basin and tie it together so it doesn't fall. Lord willing, your trees fall. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go. Because they don't have any life. They can't breathe. They can't do anything. They can't bless you. They can't curse your enemies. They're just idols. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good, because these are creations of the Most High. And there's no reason you should be worshiping the creation over the Creator. And so, Israelites, stop celebrating these pagan holidays. There's no reason for you to be still celebrating these days. If you want to celebrate something, celebrate Hanukkah, which just passed, or celebrate Pesach, which is coming up in the spring. Celebrate the holidays that the Most High laid out for us. Don't celebrate these pagan holidays, because they'll be your downfall. And they're not going to bring anything good into your life, except for some presents for a little while. But this world is about to be destroyed. Babylon is about to be destroyed. And you want to make it out of here, or at least any sane person would want to make it out of here, out of the nuclear destruction and out of the civil wars and the world wars and all the famine and pestilence, all the terrible things that are about to come onto the earth. And we're at that point. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. Repent, come back to the Lord. In the name of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.